Today's city of Mytsia, Bukiovtsi, Bulgaria is the successor of settlements that have been inhabited almost continuously for 5,000 years. Part of the legacy of the ancient Thracian tribal tribes is the Bukiov treasure. It consists of jugs, phials, a cup, an extremely beautiful ornament of a nobleman and a decoration for horse ammunition. Everything is made of pure silver, and some of the dishes have gold decoration. The treasure belonged to a prominent Thracian, probably an aristocrat from the tribals who inhabited the lands of northwestern Bulgaria. The shape of the vessels found in Mysia and the method of manufacture allow the treasure to be dated to the end of the 5th and 4th centuries BC. The story of its discovery, which has not been clarified in detail, is interesting. The treasure was discovered by Alexander Vitanov in February 1925. He accidentally discovered a part of it while cultivating his fields in the area of Bladno Pole, located 2 kilometers south of Bukiovtsi, today Mytsia. The treasure is buried in a pit at a shallow depth from the surface of the field 40 centimeters. A jug, a small vase and women's jewelry were immediately handed over to the National Archaeological Museum in Sofia. The fate of the rest of the silver objects that remain with the discoverer. In the spring of 1935, Alexander Vitanov decided to build a hut in the same area. When excavating the soil, he also discovered the second part of the treasure. Buried at the same depth in the immediate vicinity of the place where 10 years ago the first part was discovered. The second part consists of a silver cup with gilt, several jugs and a large number of phials and applications for horse harness, also made of silver. Alexander Vitanov left immediately for Sofia, where he met with the goldsmith Armenian Sarnian and sold him the items. The goldsmith, on the other hand, resold part of them to the National Archaeological Museum: a cup, a jug, 2 phials, part of a torquevar and 6 appliques from horse harness. The fate of the remaining objects from the second part is unknown and they are probably irretrievably lost to Bulgarian science. The treasure from Bukiovtsi presents us with wonderful examples of Thracian taurutics and jewelry production. Among them, the leading place is occupied by silver jewelry. It is composed of 5 safety pin-shaped fibulae which are richly ornamented. To them, with the help of hooks, decorative human heads are attached. Below each is a rosette, one of them being larger in size and lavishly decorated. They are connected to each other by a cordon of braided silver threads. Spherical and oval pendants are attached to it. It is likely that this ornament decorated the chest of a Thracian woman of a ruling family and was a family treasure passed down from generation to generation. The silver cup is made with great craftsmanship. Its surface is grooved with shallow grooves that emphasize its shape. It is directly below the mouth incised gilt belt with floral and geometric ornaments. This cup stands out from other silverware with its shape and finely crafted decoration. She occupied a special place in the service of the Thracian ruler. Apparently, the treasure from Bukiovtsi is hidden in two parts in case of danger. The parts are buried in shallow pits located in close proximity to each other. Apparently the circumstances where the objects were found are the same as those with the burial of the Rogozan treasure. Collected by several generations of Thracian rulers between the end of the 6th and 4th centuries BC. The Buki hoard is often assumed to be related to the Rogozan hoard. And there are suggestions that the two may have been made by the same school of craftsmen and may even have belonged to the same family. Rogozensko is the largest Thracian treasure found in Bulgaria, and it represents 165 wine vessels, a set of a noble Thracian dynasty, collected for generations. Both treasures are crafted by local goldsmiths. Bukiovo is from the second half of the 5th century BC, and Rogozensko was collected in the 5th and 4th centuries BC. The dating of the treasure from Bukiovtsi also fits within these broad chronological limits. There is also a similarity in the way of making and shape of the vessels from the two finds. Moreover, the striking similarity suggests unity. In the typology of the jugs from the Rogozan treasure, a separate type of jug is distinguished, the Bukiovtsi type. Therefore, the assumption that the finds from the two settlements are actually separate parts of a common treasure has its grounds. In addition to the Bukiovo treasure, many ceramic vessels, coins, remains of dwellings, furnaces and stone quarries were found in the area of the town of Mitsia. The area has been inhabited since the Stone Age, right up to the end of the Second Bulgarian Kingdom and the beginning of the Ottoman conquest. In the 18th century, the villages were abandoned by their inhabitants. Some have recovered later, some have remained forever desolate and decay over time. Bulgarians began to settle in the area again at the end of the 18th century to cultivate Ottoman farms. The settlers are mainly from Sofia district, Bukiovska district and build their homes on the higher parts above the Agosta River. The low parts on the other side of the river were built only after the liberation from Turkish slavery, when the Muslim population left the lands and the Bulgarian population increased. Today, the treasure is stored and can be seen in the Treasure Hall of the Archaeological Museum in Sofia.